Alright guys, welcome back to another Pocket Incoming video. In today's video, we are going to go over team building. I made a video on this a bit before, but I think it's time to update it now that one, our Pokemon are out, and two, quite a bit more knowledge on the game as I have been playing longer. But before I get started, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, helps me out a bunch, and let's jump into the video. So, first things first, with team formation, you want to keep a couple things in mind. One, the Pokemon on the back, like right here, my Blaziken, right? They get attacked last, depending on the Pokemon, of course. So you want to put your tanker Pokemon like Tyranitar or Lugia up front because these Pokemon will get hit first before the Pokemon in the back do. Now the reason you want to put your tanks in is because obviously, they tank better than your other Pokemon. My Blaziken, would have a lot less tankier capabilities than my Lugia. Same with my Darkrai, who I think is my squishiest Pokemon. If just because Moltres is in front of him is also a little squishy. Even if, let's say, they defeat Moltres and Tyranitar, Lugia is still up front, they can't target any of the Pokemon in the back unless they have an ability that hits them in a row, which would hit Lugia and Blaziken, or if your name is Scizor and you can hit Pokemon in the back, then that's when they get targeted. But generally, the rule of thumb is the Pokemon in the front take the damage first. Second important thing to note when team building is please do not hit auto formation. So my team is good like this. I have tanks in the front, Pokemon I want to keep alive longer in the back. Hit auto formation, it does this, which I understand Moltres and Darkrai because support and control. I'll get over that in a second. But why is my tank in the back behind Blaziken? I guess it takes their defensive stats in, as these three are my strongest Pokemon. If I got a Pokemon, you can see that these three are the front. But I can tell you now, T-Tar tanks a whole of a lot better than some other Pokemon. Maybe not Blaziken because he's so much stronger, but if my Blaziken was just slightly stronger, like as Lugia, T-Tar would definitely tank better than him. So really quickly, put my Pokemon back in their preferred order. Well, there we go. Oh, Lugia's right there. Alright, now that my team is back to where it normally is, we can go over a very important thing you guys need to know when team building, and that is, what does the Pokemon do and what do they bring to the table? Now, there are many different types of Pokemon. There's the defender tank Pokemon like Tyranitar and Lugia. There's the support type Pokemon like Moltres, who normally will, buff a Pokemon or provide some sort of support so the rest of your team can do their job better, such as a support might buff a tank's defensive stats or an attacker's attack. Then you have other Pokemon, as I just mentioned, attackers like Blaziken and Rayquaza. And then you'll have control Pokemon like Darkrai, whose whole purpose is to disrupt the enemy from doing their job. So pretty much, in hindsight, tank, do damage, help damage, stop damage. In simple terms, you want to make sure you have these Pokemon on the team. You can get away with not having a support or controller, but it makes it that much easier for your opponent to, Darkrai puts the whole team to sleep, and then, you're just a sitting duck. Normally you put the supporter in the back because you want them to be able to support long enough, but since my team is a little different, I have my supporter in the front. Certain attackers also have control-esque abilities, such as Blaziken stun, or Ray can knock up Pokemon and then stun them on the second turn. T-Tar can actually do a lot of damage. It depends on the Pokemon, but general, you'll be able to look at them and go, okay, Lugia boosts his defense and has defense-related abilities, so he's obviously a tank. So it's different for every Pokemon, but you should get the grasp of it by reading their abilities. And you want to put the squishier Pokemon, such as attack, support, and control, in the back, and the tanks in the front, or some supports are tanky. Depends on the Pokemon, because this does take in Pokemon stats. So on my team, the highest stat Pokemon would probably be Ray and Lugia because they're legendary, so they have higher stats. Same with Darkrai. So keep that in mind. Certain Pokemon are tankier than others, depending on who they are, compared to other Pokemon who have the same role. Now, another thing keep in mind with team building, right? is this funny wheel over here. Now, when I first made my video, I said you want to make sure you build your team around this so you get the buffs. However, something has changed since then. So, if you send out 6 Pokemon of different types, meaning like there's an electric, a water, a fighting, a normal, a psychic, and a grass, or whatever, then they'll get 10, 10, 10. My team right now is consistent of 2 dark types, 2 fire types, and 2 flying types. So I get a 15, 15, 15 boost. If you have 3 Pokemon of types, so let's say I have 3 fires, 3 darks, I get the 20, 15, 15. If I have 4, 2, I get 20, 15, 15. And if I have all 6, I get 25, 20, 20. Now these boosts are good, however, I wouldn't sacrifice having good Pokemon over the boost. So let's say I want a 4, 2. So we have... Actually, it would be easier if I did flying. Alright, so let's do Zapdos. I have 4 too. And this is my team. Or even better yet, we'll do this. Right. Butterfree is not obviously the greatest choice, but hey, I have 4 too, so I have good stats. No. In fact, actually, we can make it even worse if we do this. Flying. And let's take off Lugia, and we shall put like Onyx. Alright. So this team is 4-2, however, most of these Pokemon don't have a lot in common, such as Zapdos. He is supposed to boost electric types. Moltres is supposed to boost fire types. Gyarados is a damage dealer. I could not tell you what Butterfree does, and these two are tankier. This team doesn't have a lot of synergy because they're not boosting a Pokemon's stats, or, you know, they're not doing their specific role, as Moltres can't boost any fire types. Going back to my team, Moltres is on the team because Blaziken is my strongest Pokemon and it allows him to do a bunch of damage. My tanks are on the team because, you know, if they tank, Lugia can heal himself. They both have Angel Idols, meaning they can't die with 1 HP. Darkrai puts him to sleep, and Ray also provides support, so that's why my team flows well. I only have the 2-2-2 boost, but if your team is extremely well balanced, none of this matters. You can have, in fact, if you have a whole team of S pluses, like, you scroll over, let's say your team you have Mewtwo, and then let's say you have Dialga, Palkia, all that kind of stuff. As long as your team synergizes well, this boost matters less and less. Obviously, your team should synergize well if you have all 6 Pokemon of the same type, like let's say a full ice team, but keep in mind that this boost matters less and less the more your team synergizes. So when you first start, don't worry about this too much if you can't. When you're in the middle stages, maybe start like thinking about what Pokemon you want on the team, and if your team synergizes well at the end, then you can go ahead and call it good. If your team synergizes well, it depends on who your support is and what they're actively doing, such as Moltres. He doesn't fit on the team super well. He boosts crit. Yeah, I'll go to him real quick. So Moltres, that's my support. I'll put that up real quick. Increases crit damage by 25% and then 50% more fire type. So he is doing his job, but he would be better on a full fire team. I like him because my Blaziken is super strong, so it makes him hit even harder. So it synergizes well. I have 2 Pokemon who pretty much protect the back line, so Blaziken can get in and do more damage. Darkrai, you know, I control Pokemon. Like I said before, my team works well. But if you have a support, and let's say Zapdos only boosts electric type Pokemon, and I have no other electric types on the team, just because Zapdos is a strong Pokemon, it doesn't mean you should put him on the team. But I don't want to sound like a broken record. You'll get the feel of it as you build your team. I hope these tips could help you out. The easiest way to make a team is just read what they do and apply it to fights. You can go and fight Adventure Road or other stages and test your team. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. If you notice a lot of synergy with Pokemon, remember that. I'm sure there are other guides out there besides mine who can also help you, and you can just look up what they do. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.